Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite Silly Stories for Kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no. One day, two little kids named Duncan and Clark were at home. They were just waking up and starting to get dressed. Once they had their clothes on, they heard something very strange. There was a knocking at the door. "That's pretty early," said Duncan. "Yeah," said Clark. "I wonder who it is." They walked over to the door and they slowly opened it. And as they opened the door, there was a little tiger standing outside. "Hey, are you Duncan and Clark?" said the tiger. Yes," said Duncan. "Who are you?" "My name's Tiger Pal. I've been sent with a present for you." "A present?" said Duncan. "What is it?" Tiger Pal handed the boys two things that were wrapped up. The boys looked at the shape and immediately they knew what they must be. "I know what this is," said Duncan, as he ripped off the wrapping paper, and it revealed a brand new ice hockey stick. "This is cool," he said. He was looking at it closely and realised it didn't seem to have any branding on it. What type of stick is this?" said Duncan. "Oh, it's a very special one," said the tiger. "Who are you?" said Clark. "My name's Tiger Pal," he said. "Oh, okay." Clark ripped his open as well and had a look. "These look like fun. We should go play." "Yeah, let's go into the backyard." So the two kids stepped out into the backyard and were getting ready to have a bit of a practice. "I forgot to tell you," said Tiger Pal. "These aren't just normal hockey sticks, so be very, very careful," said Tiger Pal. "What do you mean?" Tiger Pal pulled out one of his own as well. "All right, let's have a play," he said. Okay." So Duncan pulled out the stick and walked over to a flat piece of ground. He had a hockey puck with him. He popped it down on the ground and gave the stick a swing. As he hit the puck, pew! It flew off at top speed and blasted straight through the window of their house and out the other side. "Boys, who did that?" they heard a yelling from inside. "Quick, run," said Tiger Pal. So the boys grabbed their hockey sticks and were running away, laughing and giggling. "Tiger Pal, what's going on with these hockey sticks?" said Duncan. "I told you they were special, and that's not the only thing that they can do. Watch this," said Tiger Pal, as he swung his stick at a leaf that was on the ground. "What are you hitting a leaf for?" said Clark. But as Tiger Pal hit the leaf, it flew into the air, turned into ice, and started spinning around in circles. It went around one of the cars on the street and flew all the way back to them and landed back at Tiger Pal's feet. "Whoa," said the kids. "How did you do that?" "Well, I've been practicing with these sticks for a while, and they can do all kinds of amazing things depending on how you swing it." "Oh," said Clark. "Let me try." Clark looked around and he saw a can that had been left on the ground. "Well, I guess we better clean up the rubbish," he said. He walked over and swung his hockey stick as hard as he could. When he collected the can, all of a sudden something very strange happened. It flew through the air, but then it started being visible, invisible, visible, and then invisible, and then visible, and then invisible. "What's going on?" he said. And it went straight through the middle of a tree. It disappeared and reappeared on the other side and kept going and going and going. "What happened to that can?" "Oh, you must have used the disappearing mode," said Tiger Pal. "That's a tricky one." "Oh," said Duncan. Well, let me try." As the boys were playing with their hockey sticks, all of a sudden 4 lions came prowling out of the bushes. "Uh-oh," said Tiger Pal. "What do you mean, uh-oh?" said Duncan. These guys are my arch rivals." "Oh, really?" said Clark. "Yeah, they always follow me around and try and beat me at everything we do." The lions were also holding hockey sticks.
"Hey, Tiger Pal, is that you?" said one of the lions.
Yep, it's me. What are you doing here?"
We heard that you'd picked up some special hockey sticks,"
said one of the lions.
"We thought we'd come challenge you to a hockey battle."
"A hockey battle?"
said Tiger Pal. "What's a hockey battle?" said Duncan.
"Well, it's a little bit dangerous,"
said Tiger Pal. "How's it dangerous?" said Clark.
"Well, what happens is the two teams line up and they find lots of objects and then they hit them at each other as hard as they can, and the last team standing is the winner."
"Oh, really?" said Duncan.
"Really?" said Tiger Pal. "But I think it's a bit dangerous for you boys. I don't think we should play."
"Of course you try and back out of a battle," said one of the tigers.
"Yow,"
said Tiger Pal. No, said Duncan. I think we can do it. Yeah, said Clark. We'll go get our hockey gear. So the boys raced back into their house and came back out with all their pads and all their gloves and their helmets and everything. We're ready, they said. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we can have a battle then.
All right,
Said one of the lions.
but we need an arena.
Don't worry, said Tiger Pal. I brought my pocket arena with me. What's a pocket arena, said Duncan. Tiger Pal pulled a little thing out of his pocket and threw it at the ground. And before they knew, all of a sudden, a giant ice hockey rink had appeared in the middle of the street. What is going on, said Clark. I always keep an arena with me just in case we need to have a hockey battle. Wow, said the boys. This is so cool. The lions stood up one end and Tiger Pal and the boys stood up the other. As they were all looking at each other, they lined up. All right, you boys know the rules. Whenever the stuff starts hitting the ice, it's a free-for-all. Last one standing are the winners.
That'll be us.
Said the lions. No, said Tiger Pal. Yeah, said the boys. We're going to beat you.
I'd like to see it.
Said one of the lions. The boys and Tiger Pal all got together in a little huddle. All right, boys, I know this is a little bit scary and I know those lions are big, but I think we can do it. I know we can do it, said Clark. I'm ready. Me too, said Duncan. All right, Tiger Pal, we're with you. So they lined up and the lions were all on the other side. Is everybody ready?
We're ready,
said the lions. We're ready, said the boys. 3, 2, 1, and Tiger Pal pressed a button. With that, all of a sudden, all kinds of things started falling from the roof of the arena. There were balls and pucks and chairs and marshmallows and screwdrivers and rubbish. Everything started falling from the ceiling. It was quite strange to watch. The boys paused for a second as they watched all the crazy things falling out of the sky. But before they knew it, all of a sudden, there was a beach ball flying across the stadium at full speed. Duncan ducked as quick as he could, and the beach ball went sailing over his head. Whoa, said Clark, that was close. The lions were on the other side, swinging their sticks at everything that they could see. There was stuff flying around the arena at full speed. The boys didn't even know what to do. They kept trying to get out the way. All right, said Tiger Pal. I think it's time for us to attack. Start swinging, boys, yelled Tiger Pal. All right, said Duncan. He saw on the ground in front of him. There was a dinner plate. I guess I can hit this, he said. He swung as hard as he could and hit the dinner plate with full force. As he did, it started curving and sailing through the sky. It was like a spinning top the way that it went around and around and around and sideways and left, and it bopped one of the lions right in the tummy. Oh, he said, as he fell backwards.
That was a good shot,
he said. Oh, thanks, said Duncan.
I'm going to get you with this one,
he said, as he swung at an apple that was on the ground. Shoo! Clark reached out his hockey stick and swung it back at the apple as hard as he could. He collected it in midair, and the apple went flying straight back towards the lion and bopped him right on the nose. Boop! Ow! He said as he fell to the ground. That's one down, said Tiger Pal as he continued to swing at all the things on the ground. Tiger Pal seemed far too excited because everything he hit seemed to go way too high or way too sideways or completely out of the road. The other two lions were starting to belt things straight towards them. The boys were ducking and weaving and trying to get out of the way. I've got this one, said Clark as he saw on the ground. Is that a remote control car? He said. I think so, said Duncan. Just hit it. So Clark hit the back of the remote control as fast as he could. And as he did, something very strange happened. Not only did it start flying through the air, it hit the sidewall and started driving as well. It drove around the ring and around the ring and around the ring and around the ring, and then it jumped off the side straight into one of the lion's legs. It tripped him up and he fell flat on the ice. Oh, said the lion. Then the remote control car continued to drive back and forwards over him again and again and again. The boys were giggling and the lion was on the ground laughing. What's going on?
Oh, that tickles,
said the lion, as the car was obviously tickling him in all the most ticklish spots. The boys laughed and laughed as there was only one lion left. I've got this guy, said Tiger Pal, as he looked to try and find something to hit. He saw on the ground there was a newspaper, and he swung as hard as he could, and when he hit the newspaper, it exploded into sheets of paper everywhere, and the sheets of paper went sailing through the sky, and as they did, they all started to spin. "Oh," said Tiger Power as he watched. "What's going on?" said the boys. The sheets of paper zoomed through the sky like 100 helicopters and then all joined back together once more right before they hit the lion right in the bottom. He did a flip around in the air and then landed back on the ice. "Boom! Oh," said the lion. All of a sudden, over the speakers in the stadium, there came a voice. "I declare, Tiger Power and the Hockey Boys the winners!" The boys started cheering and Tiger Power was so excited that lions slowly stood up on their feet and came over to where Tiger Power and the boys were.
Oh, thanks, Tiger Pal. That was the most fun ever.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. I'm so glad you could come.
"Tiger Power," said Duncan, "didn't you say that they were your arch rivals?" "Yeah," said Clark.
Oh, yeah, but that's only because they're the only people that I really get to play games against. They're really nice guys.
Yeah, how you going, boys?"
said one of the lions. "Oh, good, thanks," said Duncan.
"Hey,
Said one of the other lions.
we've got some extra tickets to a Toronto Maple Leafs game. Did you boys want to come?"
"Really?" said Duncan.
"Really?"
Said the lions. We'll have to ask our parents." So they went back inside the house and asked, and their parents were so excited. So the boys and Tiger Power and the 3 lions all got to go to a NHL hockey match. As they were walking in the doors of the arena, all the people were very surprised to see 3 lions, 1 tiger, 2 little boys and their family all heading in. It was such a sight to see that even some of the players came out to see what was going on. Number 34 came over to the boys and Duncan pulled his stick out and said, Here, Mr. Matthews, I think you should try this one." "Oh," he said, thanks." The boys went and found their seats in the stadium and the hockey players lined up for the drop of the puck. When it dropped, it slid back and number 34 took his first shot. As he did, the puck caught on fire. It blasted past all the players and went straight through the back of the net, burning a hole in the back. He looked up towards where the boys' family, the lions, and Tiger Power was sitting. He turned to them and yelled, "Where did you kids find this stick?" "Well," yelled Duncan, "I don't think you'd believe us even if we told you." And that is the end of the story.
This episode's brought to you by Tiger Power's Magic Hockey Sticks. Do you need some extra power on those slap shots? Grab yourself a Tiger Power stick and you'll be able to set the puck on fire! We hope that you've been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Make sure to leave us a review wherever you find your podcast and share it with one of your friends. This has been me, Tiger Power.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.